Hey Explorers!
We are live.
Live!
It is, or are we live? I don't know. Maybe we're not live.
Ponder on that for
Ponder
a moment.
on that. But it is a premiere video, and it is a recording that we're doing live.
And it's Wednesday, August 21st, 2019.
For all purposes. It is.
All intensive purposes?
Yes, it is the 21st. I'm actually at inventory currently.
We're actually holograms.
We
right
are holograms.
now.
So I'm at inventory currently, and then tomorrow, Thursday.
And I'm on the live chat looking at all the wonderful comments and questions.
Tomorrow on Thursday, we're picking up Jim from More Sunshine Please and our friend Chris. And we are going to be going down to D23 and also Disneyland Resort. So we are going to have some fun. But because of the timing and us and me having inventory, I'm off at midnight. I'm only going to get about 3 hours sleep, so it's going to be a long day Thursday.
Good thing I'm driving. Fun. Lucky for you.
It is.
You get to sleep in the car.
So we are treating this as a live show. So thank you for joining us, moderators. If you can help Big Explorer here and with the chat by welcoming people into it and just doing what you always do, the great job that you do. So if you don't know our names and you forget us, remember, I'm Little Explorer.
Oh, hey, he's Big Explorer now. What happened? Did you get stretched out or something?
I'm Little Explorer.
And I'm Big Explorer, I guess.
Or I'm Derick.
And I'm Greggory.
And I'm going to keep looking in the wrong camera because I'm used to the cameras on that side now. We're used to doing it from instead of the phone, we're used to doing it from the computer.
It's right here. Woo, 3D vision.
So a little bit about today, you guys. It is mainly going to be a Disney show. We will be talking about our group cruise a little bit later.
We won't have any chat checks.
Yeah, we will.
Well, unofficially, because there's no one that's technically saying anything right now.
But there's everyone in chat, so you will still have a chat check.
Yes, so I'll be doing a chat check during the show. But I won't be saying chat check because this has already happened. So
as we're
rambling, like the future.
As we're rambling,
I'm not rambling.
We're still going to have a spotlight channel tonight. We also will be talking mainly Disney, but again, we'll be talking about a group cruise a little bit later, and we'll talk about what happened last weekend on our trip to Disneyland and who we met. But mainly, we'll be talking about the D23 and our experience so far with D23. You might already know, but if you don't, was it a good experience or a bad experience? We won't tell you right now. We're going to let the events unfold. Greg, put your head up. Let the events unfold as they go along.
You're trying to make me fake my emotion right now.
Yes, so it could have been an amazing experience. It could have been less than amazing experience. So Greg is not an actor at all.
For those that live under a rock, they might not know what happened.
So we're going to get going.
That was for you, Bob, because I know you made fun of me when I said that old comment.
So this...
Like an old soul.
So we want to thank Dean from Dreamers Empire. They do a great chat. It's called thelifeplace.com. So if you guys haven't checked it out, it is for the Disney family. So we are a part of that. So we want to give a shout out to Dean and everything that he does. Our show times are listed on his channel as well as other family-friendly shows. So Dean, thank you for everything that you do for the community and also helping us get our name out there and having others support us. So thank you so much for that. And we have a lot of support channels as well as moderators. So thank you also for everything that you guys do for us. We do have our support channels listed in the description below of the video. And also, if you guys have any comments that you want to send us, like through an email, if you're interested about a group cruise, our email will also be in the description below. So with that, we're going to get started on the show. Greggory, what groundbreaking news do you have to share with our explorers today?
Oh boy, oh this is groundbreaking. Just a couple things. So Neil Patrick Harris is going to host a Star Wars Galaxy's Edge Adventure Awaits special on Freeform. So it's going to be a 2-hour special coming to you from Star Wars Galaxy's Edge for those people that have not been able to go to Disneyland or by that time Walt Disney World.
Because currently they are doing the passport experience, and cast members are allowed to do a sneak preview of Walt Disney World. Disneyland has been open since June to the mass public.
Mm-hmm. So it's going to include celebrity guests like Kaylee Cuoco, Keegan-Michael Key, Jay Leno, Sarah Hyland, Miles Brown, and more. We'll take you on a tour of the Disney Parks' newest land, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And that's going to be on Freeform on September 29th, which is a Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it looks like. So set your DVRs for that.
That's interesting. I didn't hear about that.
More than likely, they meant 5 o'clock Eastern and 8 o'clock our time. That would make more sense. They also... I know that Jim was talking about Disney Plus, the new Disney Netflix, if you will, that's coming out. They are going to be making a Lady and the Tramp live version movie that won't be going to the theater, but it'll be going to Disney Plus. They are also looking at doing an Aristocats movie. I don't know if that's going to be in a theater or Disney Plus. And then also, they were in talks. I don't know if they've actually talked with him, but they want Ryan Reynolds to play Tarzan in a live-action movie of Tarzan for Disney, which a lot of people are saying, they were worried if they were going to have the Phil Collins soundtrack or not, because that really made the movie come alive. So I think they'll either have some of his songs in it, if not all, and then some new ones. And then some sad news for those that don't know. It looks like there was a Disney-Sony standoff with Kevin Feige and Sony. So it looks like Disney actually has lost the rights to the Spider-Man MCU version. So it looks like he will no longer be in any MCU movies. I know that they're supposed to have a ride at Disneyland. Apparently from what I read, they'll still have the rights to have the character in the parks and have the ride, but he won't be affiliated with Avengers or Disney.
What does the MCU stand for?
Marvel Cinematic Universe.
So it's pertaining just specifically to the movies.
So basically how the last Spider-Man ended, and also there's going to be an extended version of Spider-Man Far From Home in the theater coming out soon. But basically, I guess he won't be an Avenger anymore. They can't continue with the storyline from where this last one ended. I won't say how it ended because that's spoilers. I know there's some people out there that haven't seen it. But I don't know where this is going to put Spider-Man. If Sony's taking over again, because that's where he came from. I thought Disney owned the rights to Spider-Man, but apparently I was wrong. Disney wanted 50-50 for a deal, and Sony didn't want that. So I don't know what they're going to do, if they're going to put Spider-Man in the Venom movies. They had 2 more Spider-Man movies that were supposed to come out. There was a Sinister Six movie that was shelved. I don't know if that's even going to happen. So it's kind of all up in the air, and we don't even know if Tom Holland is going to be playing him still or not. I hope he is, but they can't connect it with Tony Stark or anything anymore, so where does that leave us with Spider-Man? Hopefully they don't start all over again, because that's a lot of waste of people's time. We've seen the origin story how many times, and it's just kind of outdoing itself now. Hopefully that they can come to grips with this and maybe get a deal before it's too late.
They're probably just playing games and trying to make cases with the other side, trying to pull strings to, if that makes sense, is part of the act to get a deal going.
Well, I don't see what's wrong with a 50-50 deal. Yeah. I mean, they both get something out of it, so I don't know. Only time will tell.
Maybe Disney will buy Sony.
Yeah. I don't think that can happen because Sony's not for sale. and they can't just push themselves in and try to take over.
You can do a hostile takeover.
I don't think so.
The mouse can do anything.
No, there won't be anything left, really. I mean, not much of major studios, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm kind of bummed about it a lot, because I really like this Spider-Man.
I actually did too. I was getting tired of it because there was, three, basically, this is a third reboot.
Yeah, but this is the most successful, I think.
I think they chose a really good one. I really liked him. So
yeah.
It would be disappointing if they're unable to do anything else with him.
I mean, if Tom Holland still plays the part, then that's great. I guess they could kind of continue the story without talking about the Avengers, really. So they could pick up from where this last one left off. They just can't affiliate it with Avengers anymore.
Correct.
So I don't know how that's going to happen. The armor and everything, that's all Avengers. So what are they going to do?
All right. Any other news that you want to share, Greg?
No, I think that's it for new. Oh, I read that Melissa McCarthy is supposed to play Ursula in the new live-action Little Mermaid. There still is that other one that'll be on ABC, I think in November, and they're still trying to get the rest of the cast together. It's kind of been a mess, this whole process of trying to get the cast together and everything. I don't know what to make of it. And apparently Aladdin did so well that they're supposed to make a sequel, which is supposed to be like a Return of the Jafar type of sequel. I don't know if they're going to do it all like that, directly from the cartoon, but it's supposed to be along that line, so we'll see what happens.
Be interesting. All right, so we're going to jump into a little bit about
D23.
D23. As you know, this coming Saturday, we will be at the D23.
That's the day we're
Disney.
going anyway.
Yes,
It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but we're only doing it Saturday.
Yes, so we are going with some friends. There's going to be a lot of other actual YouTubers that are going to, so we're going to be able to meet up with them. But it's a first.
The YouTube universe is going to be there.
I don't think there's that much, but there's probably people that we're not even aware that's going to be there. But we've never gone to a D23. So what is D23? D23 is basically a convention where Disney announces special things. So there's different panels that you can do. There is, if I remember right, I'm trying to look to see what they have here. There was a stage pass. There was a there's 3 passes.
There were stores.
Store pass, stage pass, and entertainment pass, I believe, was the other one. So you were able to book different things that you could do. So we're going to go through a little bit of the timeline. So Greg, get your little things out because we'll pop these up on the screen. Since we are live, but we're not live. So on Friday, they made an announcement because this is the first time Disney was going to be doing this. Now, in the past, D23, people would line up the day before and basically wait for the panels that they wanted to see the next day. So say they had a panel at 10 o'clock, people would be waiting like at 10 o'clock the night before. So 10 a.m. would be the panel, 10 p.m. the previous day. They were lining up for that panel, which is, to me, insane. So what they did was they changed it this year, and for the first time, people were able to make reservations online. Now, as we know, when massive amount of people are trying to book things, it can create problems with the internet. Like when Apple releases a new phone, I know they were having issues with it, and just in general, when there's like a massive thing, sometimes the internet can get bogged down, and that website can get bogged down. So we were hoping the best, and what we did, we'll put this up on the screen, but we kind of, for 2 days, we were trying to get plans with Jim and our friend Chris, who we're going with, and we came up with this. We came up with 10 a.m., we were going to go to the Dream Store. That was one of the options that we could do. We could have also gone to, I think it was Mickey's of Glendale, and also the third option was the Disney Store. But the Dream Store has items in there which is specifically for D23. So we really wanted to see that. The
We really wanted to do the Haunted Mansion celebrity also, celebrating 50 years.
So, yes. So, the 2 panels we chose is what Greg said. Because they had one that was for Disney movies. It was a 2-hour panel, and we figured that would be sold out really fast. So, our tactic was to go for something a little bit different. So, it was a Haunted Mansion celebrating 50 years of magic. Because it is the 50th anniversary of the Haunted Mansion ride at Disneyland.
Spooky haunt magic.
And then our second option was the immersive worlds, bringing stories to life in parks. And it was them talking about when you have a live action or something in the real world and Disney puts it into their parks and make it a reality for us in the parks. So we thought that would be pretty interesting. Plus the times we were looking at, we thought that would be good. One of the things Jim wanted to do was Bill Rogers records your voicemail message. Now, Bill Rogers, do you remember who Bill Rogers is, Greg?
He does the voice of the opening of the park and the announcements.
He is the maitre d', if you want to call it, of Disneyland. So he's the one that says, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, in 15 minutes, Disneyland brings you fireworks. So he's that voice. And for the first, I think, 50 people, 60 people that were waiting in line, they were able to get a voicemail activated on that. So that was one of the things that they wanted to do. But so we went in there thinking cool, positive things. Now, we were on Friday, we had to take our breaks during that time. So we had to get creative because we were both at work. But Greg, read what our notice said at 12 o'clock is when we try to get on, but we were having issues. And then probably, about 12:10, 12:15, we got this announcement, if Greg can read it. What did it say? And we'll flash it up on the screen.
It says, update due to last-minute site optimizations, D23 Expo reservations will now be launching at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's what we waited for.
So talk about the stress of trying to get into it, and the website was saying, what was it? Do you remember what it was saying? Like, it said, access denied, or it said...
It didn't say that.
What did it say? Website...
well, before the pop-up, it said reservations will be available starting Friday,
No, but
August
it kept
16th.
on, it said server... It said something about the server down or something, access denied or something like that. Server not working.
I don't remember that.
So then we got that message when it finally came up. So we thought, oh, great. So I was actually off at that next period of it. So Greg, 1 o'clock comes around, and we get a little bit message about another 10, 15 minutes later. And what did that say?
It says, update D23 Expo reservations. Click here to view an important message. Friday, August 16th, 2019 at 1:05 p.m. We identified an issue with our online reservation system's ability to identify one of our badge types and to ensure a seamless process for all of our guests. We have pushed the launch until noon Pacific Standard Time tomorrow, Saturday, August 17th. We sincerely apologize for the delay and any inconvenience this has caused. Thank you for your patience and understanding.
So, 2 times trying to make reservations, and twice the system shut down.
Yep.
So, part of that problem for us the next day is we were picking up Bob and Ashley at LAX. We'll go into that in a little bit, but just to go along with this story, we were going to be in the parks with not just Bob and Ashley, we were going to be in the parks with Mathew and Lauren.
And we were actually with them in the parks when we were all trying to do this together.
So all of us actually were going to D23. We were going Saturday. Bob and Ashley were going Friday and Saturday, and Mathew and Lauren were going Sunday. So here we are. As we get in, we probably got into the parks about 11 o'clock. So we were, and luckily Ashley made a comment about making sure we have our reservation. So we found a spot. We found a spot, and
snacks.
We went in there. We were all excited and ready to go, just thinking of it. And then, Greg, what was the next message that they said to us?
Well, you see a little green person just walking, and then it takes a while as it starts to slowly move across the screen. Welcome to the virtual queue for D23 Expo 2019 reservations. Your spot in line has been held, and you will enter in the order in which you arrived at after reservations began. The page will automatically refresh when it's your turn to log into the reservation page. To log in, you must use your badge number and associated email address. If you have not activated your badge, visit d23expo.com/activate. The status bar below represents your progress through the virtual queue. So it says it will hold your spot when you enter.
So even if you left the page, unless you clicked the spot that said leave your line, you basically were saved. If you wanted to go somewhere else, you still were going to be waiting. So what were your thought at this time, Greg? What were you thinking?
I actually opened up two, because I opened one through the app and one through the website, and I think the one through the website was faster, if I remember how it looked on the top, because I think the app says D23 on the app, and then the website looked more website-ish, I guess. So
at this point, were you thinking that right on, we got a spot, we're doing pretty good? What were you thinking?
No, not really. I think I was just thinking, okay, now what do we do? Because I didn't realize that it was going to start going across the screen. We didn't know what it was supposed to do because we just got on it. And then I said, oh, look, it's walking. So it slowly moved over, but other people's was going faster than ours. So that's what I was noticing.
So as we're sitting there with our table, and then we're texting our friends Jim and Chris, who are in Orlando. Jim was saying he's in, and that was probably about 30 minutes into it. Chris was probably in about 10 minutes later.
Well, both of them were having issues with getting in at first with the server.
And then Chris, about 10 minutes after Jim, was into it. And then from our immediate group, Mathew and Lauren were able to get on probably about 55 minutes into it.
Then Bob and
Ashley got maybe about 10 minutes after them.
This is like almost over an hour after we started it.
We actually, Lauren, who also was trying to get into it, Lauren gave me the phone about probably an hour and 25 minutes into it. And before that, we started getting pop-up messages saying that certain things were full. The store was full.
Yeah, they were all in yellow.
The entertainment was full, but some of the panels I think were still available on it. So we knew already we were starting to get close where we weren't going to get that many options. Well,
by the time got to it.
Right before we were able to choose, we got something that Flash said, all events are full, but you can still go in line. And Greg, does it say? I think it says on there. So what does it say? That was another note that we got?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think I put in the last one.
Oh, the last. Advanced online reservations are now full. Standby queues. If you are not able to make online reservations, there will be standby queues at all Store Pass and Stage Pass locations, as well as Talent Central. D23 Gold Member Priority Queuing for Hall, D23, and D23 Expo Arena. D23 Gold Member Priority Queues will be available. Visit d23expo.com/FAQ for more information. So basically, we didn't have anything left. So
we waited basically an hour and 30 minutes, and we had everything out. Now, some of the other channels that we were talking to, they got in about 20 minutes. And they were able to... Well, let me finish. They were able to get everything they wanted to after 20 minutes. Here we are at Disneyland, which is what, maybe half a mile from where the convention is, and we got nothing. So, Greg, I know what you're going to say. What were you going to say?
How do you know what I was going to say?
I know what you're going to say.
What am I going to say?
Go on, say it.
I was going to say, but some people that logged in and put with a guest can actually bring in a guest.
Yes.
So, luckily, we'll be able to do at least two things.
Yeah.
So,
Jim,
it wasn't a total loss.
Jim was able to get different things than what we planned, and we'll flash that up on the screen.
He said, here's my rundown. Talent Pass Ashley Eckstein, 9:30. Dream Store, 11 o'clock. Simpsons signing. That was not one of the original things, but that sounds cool. 11:30. Haunted Mansion 50th, 12:30. Talent Pass Eric Tan, 2 p.m. and Immersive Worlds, 3:30. Bill Rogers was not on there, so he wasn't able to get Bill Rogers.
So, the good news is, and this is where a lot of the complaints were, they did not tell you that you could say one guest was going with you. And I think probably a lot of people did that. Luckily for us, both Jim and Chris did that, and we're able to go to the 2 panels. Now, Chris could not get into anything else other than the 2 panels. Jim, as you saw, was able to get in a lot more and do a lot more of what he wanted. So were we disappointed? We were hugely disappointed. But then,
well, we're happy for Jim, and if he wants to go do some of the stuff, we can always find something to do and walk around as well.
Yeah, but the original thing is, this is new. The online thing is new. We did not expect the online to even exist.
Nobody even knew what it looked like until it started on Saturday. So,
but our whole thought process before that was, you know what, Jim was at Disneyland when he was 5. He doesn't remember it. Chris has never been to Disneyland. We thought that let's focus on the parks and just experience a D23. Let's see what it is, because we have never been to one. So keeping true to that, we really didn't lose that much, because we still are now. It's even better because we're able to get into 2 panels, which we wouldn't have been able to get before. So were we disappointed? It's kind of like hanging something in front of you, knowing other people got it and we didn't. But I'm not, as I think about it, there's always going to be the people that get what they want, and there's people that are, unfortunately, they're the ones that are left out. But we're going to have fun no matter what. So I'm really excited about seeing what D23 is. We are going to go live. We are going to go live. So to show you guys what it looks like, we're going to be doing that Saturday. What time? I'm not too sure what we're going to be doing time-wise, but do expect us to go live, in addition to us going to the D23. So it was a little bit of a letdown. I won't deny it. Could there be things that Disney did better? I think so. They did say that it was better to get to access through the online instead of the app, and I don't know if it was better going on a PC. It might have been a quicker thing than it was through the phone.
I did both, and one of them was faster than the other, but it wasn't fast enough.
Well, and I also think too, when we went in the queue, I was refreshing it, and I wonder if I shouldn't have refreshed it, if I should have just left it in, because Jim said he didn't refresh it, and when the system told him to, and he it said he was going to have to, and it just automatically redid it for him.
We don't want to sound like we're jaded or anything.
No.
I mean, we are happy that we're going to the event, that we're going to the parks and everything. We did want to do some of the panels and stuff, but we can't do everything, and even some of the ones that we wanted to do, none of us got.
No, so. But Disney does need to know feedback, because what can they do to make this experience better for everyone? This is the first time. No one knew what to expect, and we're just being honest.
They could have maybe had more reservation spots.
They could have done it. To me, I would think one of the big things is we didn't know how it was going to work. So Jim was able to buy 3 extra tickets, and that's where Greg, me, and Chris went through it. Jim is a gold member, and if he could have made the tickets for all of us, that would have been the easiest. When we were assigned our badges, each of us assigned our badges with our email in it.
Yeah, and each person had to wait in line.
So when we logged in, we had the email all set up for it. Now, it would have been a lot better for us. So Disney, if you're listening, it would have been a lot better if Jim, who would have been the leader of it, since it was a family card, he would have been able to do everything. Now, I think the only thing that way it would have happened, technically, is if he would have had everyone had the same email. But what we didn't expect was when Disney said, They didn't even ask for what second person was coming. They just said you can bring in one guest. Well, for Jim's case, if he has 3 guests coming with him, which he's allowed, he's only able to make reservations for an extra person, and they're unknown. So my question is, how many people are going that are unknown, that took up spots that really aren't accounted for? To me, it would have been better that they could only book for themselves or people in their party. They could have done either or to get more of an exact count. But it's a learning process. When they do this in a couple of years, hopefully they'll have a little bit more kinks laid out on it. But
on a happier note, we were able to meet Bob and Ashley and Mathew and Lauren, and
so we didn't really plan on doing this. It came in at the very last minute, and we were able to, with our schedule, we were able to pick them up at the airport.
Well, we planned it like a week in advance. We spoke with them about a week
like on Sunday
before they were going to be here, so it was pre-planned.
Not way in advance, though, so it was pretty short a period. And we're going to put a clip in of what it looked like when we actually met them at the airport, because it's always exciting when you get to meet
and also
YouTubers.
Mathew and Lauren too.
Yes.
You'll
So
see
we'll
the
put
excitement and energy on that one too.
So first we'll show Bob and Ashley, and we met them at the LAX airport, and then we drove them to the Disney resort area. So we'll show that video now.
Hey guys!
I told you one of them would be.
Welcome to LA.
All right, so we did do a little bit of a split in this. So you saw
We
that
did
video.
movie magic.
And we also met, believe it or not, we met Jenna from Resort TV 1. And I didn't realize they were on the same flight. And so we went down there. We went down to Disneyland, and we met Mathew and Lauren, who's we've had on our show a couple of times. They're Disney cast members. And this was our reaction when we first met them.
We are here with Bob and Ashley. Woo-hoo! But we also, not only do we have them,
We got Mathew and Lauren.
Mathew and Lauren. Hey
Hello.
guys.
This is
so exciting.
How are you?
Hello.
Awesome to meet you guys.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Oh, sorry.
Hello, Mathew. Nice to meet you.
It's always awesome when you get to meet new people that are online, that you meet online, and it's really. How did you feel like meeting them? Like they were strangers, or how did that feel for you?
No, it didn't seem like they were strangers at all. When we met when we met Bob and Ashley in the airport, it was just like meeting an old friend that we haven't seen in a long time. And when we met Mathew and Lauren, you could, see their excitement and everything, and they were like a big welcoming committee kind of a thing. And it was just like, meeting a friend that you've known for years. So, it was an awesome experience. And I want to point out also that when we met Bob and Ashley, they were nice enough to give us this 90th birthday Mickey Mouse. It's pretty awesome. It has a little birthday hat on and everything. And what else did they give us?
They got one of them I have already on the bag that I'm taking to D23, but it's a keychain thing, but it looks like the little flags, the flags that you put on the wall, the banners, and it has 1971 with Mickey Mouse on it.
Like the old triangle banners that you'd put up on your wall, like from the 70s or 80s.
And then we also have this
Droid Factory
here, and I don't know if you guys can see it, but the cool thing is this one is serving alcohol on it. So did you notice that?
Oh, that's awesome.
So we'll slip a picture in of that to show
They're
it.
serving green milk.
Yes, it looks like it is green milk. So we just got a phone call, which stopped the recording. But while we're at a good breaking point, I think it is perfect time for what, Greg?
Dun, 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 the Spotlight Channel.
Spotlight Channel. So every week we like to spotlight a channel. Spotlight a channel, which means something a little bit to us, and explain why
It sounded like
they mean.
Carol Channing right there.
I don't know.
A channel.
So our channel for this week is, Greg, do you remember who they are?
Is going to be Just Out and About.
Just Out and About. Now, we have followed them, and we're going to put a picture of their channel up. We have been following them since they were under 100 subscribers. And currently, they are just over 1,500 subscribers. So they've done very well. So they are led by Dawn and Kathy, and as well as other members in their family, which is pretty unique because they really have two different groups, two different families, which are going out and exploring all these different adventures, theme parks. So it's fun to see everything that they get into. They are doing really great, and they are such nice people too. So if you guys haven't had a chance to check their channel out and subscribe, we definitely say check out Just Out and About. All great theme park attractions and what to know, what to do, and all the different places, as well as water parks too. So if you guys are also a subscriber, a creator, if you are also a creator, please put that
Put your name
in the
down
chat.
in the chat.
And as well as Greg, I think it's time for a chat check.
Chat check.
Chat check, brought to you by
More sunshine, please.
More sunshine, please.
Taste the rainbow.
Taste the rainbow.
But we'll be checking the chat throughout this whole
Yes.
video.
So in case you guys are confused, this is a premiere video of a recorded live
No, we're really on right
show.
now.
Yes, it is for us. It is actually.
No, we're on right now, really.
It is. We really are on right now.
Yeah,
For all intents and purposes.
we're holograms.
It is. So, another thing we had going on that we wanted to do at when we went to Disneyland, there's very few things that
We got
I
the one
say
thing that we really wanted.
that I really need to have. Like I shouldn't say that because I don't really need anything.
Oh no!
But there are a few things that when you
It's
see
awesome.
that, you say, oh wow, this is a must. I really have to have that. So
It is a must.
for us, one of the things, because guess what is celebrating their 50th anniversary is Disneyland. So this is the Haunted Mansion 50th anniversary hats. Now, Greg, it says what?
Grin and Grinning Ghost.
It says Disneyland 50. Does it say anything else on there, or what else is on there?
Disneyland Resort 50.
Just kind of looks like a door knocker.
Haunted Mansion.
Oh, does it say that?
Years of
50 years.
50 years of
Haunted.
frightening fun.
Oh wow.
That was hard to read.
So they have the
Hatbox
Hatbox Ghost, and then obviously the
the
mansion. So
we did want to try to embroider it, but they said that they don't do that. And actually, I think it's probably best they didn't, because this is kind of thick material. So it
For the-
probably wouldn't have been best to do that.
yeah, for the specialty ones, they said they don't do it. They called and they sent us to a couple of different places, and then they called and they said no because it's a specialty
So
one,
you don't have to
and they
put
don't
the
do it.
strap on. You just put, you
Yeah,
just tuck it inside, and it fits right on your head.
We're good. So even though we won't wear these in the parks, these were one of the ones that
We might be wearing these in
I'm
the
gonna be
park.
wearing these in the parks. I'll buy another pair and wear those in the parks. But
Oh my gosh.
these are one of the things we wanted. And going along on this, we also
What's
bought
the point of buying things if
some
you don't wear it in the park?
pins. And if you guys can see, I'm trying to get it without.
Move it back, because it's you're blurring it.
So I'm getting a reflection. So I might just have to take a picture and pop it in on there.
No,
so
this is fine.
what does that say on there, Greg?
I chose active retirement on August 9th, 2019 with 999 ghosts and restless spirits at the Haunted Mansion because it opened August 9th.
And then here, is it 9th? Yeah, it is.
Yes.
And then this one here is another cool one, if I can get it in here. And what does that one say, Greg?
The Haunted Mansion, established 1969.
I like that one, how that pops out.
Yeah.
And then they also have, I think it'd be fun to open this up here. So this is a mystery pack. There's 10 different ones
It
that you
could be any
can
of these.
get. So I think we're gonna open this up now. And I'm gonna have Greg. Ooh, there's 2 in here.
Oh boy. Double
Oh,
prizes.
boy.
You get to open one, you get to open one.
Okay, so Greg, here.
You just
there's
rip
scissors.
it open.
No, don't rip it open. Don't be a Yahoo.
Well, sometimes it's fun to be a Yahoo. What? Oh, that's cool. I got the little mummy. The little mummy that is
At the
drinking
beginning.
coffee at the end in the graveyard. And I actually remember seeing that when we went on there with Bob and Ashley and Mathew and Lauren this past Saturday.
Oh, cool. And then I got the one that shakes with the dog.
groundskeeper.
Yeah, the groundskeeper.
That's
That's
awesome.
cool. So, what other ones are in here? Can you see what they have?
Yep.
Do
They had the headless guy, the guy with a trumpet, the arm hanging out of the bricks, the opera singers, the banshee, the pirate-looking guy with a harp, the axeman, and another guy drinking tea.
I'm surprised they don't have the Hatbot Ghost in there.
Or the
too.
Undertaker. That's what he is.
Oh,
He's
that's
an Undertaker
cool.
with an axe.
And then on the back of them, they do say 50th anniversary limited release. If you guys can
Oh, cool.
see that. So I was trying to say, how do you know they're that special? But they say that.
Something else, but I
on
can't
there.
make that out.
So that was fun for us to do.
Must be like just a number on there.
We also went. We went through. We mainly stayed at Disneyland.
And we did a lot more than what everybody thought we would as far as rides and experiences. They were all surprised how much we did, especially running on not sleeping for almost 2 days worth
I
for
think
Bob
Bob-
and Ashley.
yeah.
That's horrendous.
I think it was like 44 hours.
And they didn't have one cup of coffee. Not one.
So we went to. We went on the first thing we did was Space Mountain.
Yep, and they
Which-
loved it.
I love Space Mountain. It was the overlay of
Star Wars.
Hyperspace
Mhm.
Mountain. And then we also had a chance to go into Galaxy's Edge. So we went into and had
Well,
after we did the ride.
We did Haunted Mansion after Space Mountain, and then we walked all the way around. We
That's
made
right.
them walk all the way around to the Fantasy Land entrance because that's the best awe moment that you can have walking in that park, and we wanted them to experience it for the first time.
And then Bob and Ashley were the pilots, Greg and I were the gunners, and Matthew and Lauren were the engineers. So we had a fun time, all 6 of us, because that's for the Millennium ride.
All in
Millennium
all,
Falcon.
we did a good job.
We did.
Even though there were a couple of bumps and doozies and stuff along the way, but it was fun.
I'm not sure what those were, but
There was a lot of bumping and crashing into things at times. But I
oh,
think
you're talking
we
about
had
the
fun.
ride. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it's always good.
Well, what were you thinking about?
I thought you meant the whole day in general.
No,
But we had
no, the day in general was awesome,
they had a chance to experience Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yep. And to smell that great smelling water of Disneyland.
And then I don't even know what other rides that we ended up.
We
Going
did.
on.
Our last ride was Indiana Jones.
Oh, yes.
And the Temple of the Forbidden Eye, I think is what it's called. And that they loved that one. That was awesome. So that's the one that we ended the day on.
We had dinner. If you guys have never been to the Plaza Inn, they have amazing fried chicken. It also didn't help, or it didn't hurt, that they literally pulled it out of the oven when we had it. But at the Plaza Inn, which is at the hub of
You
the
get
park,
a lot of food.
you get a lot of.
You get 3 big pieces of chicken, a big helping of mashed potatoes and gravy, a biscuit, green beans, and then ironically we all got the same cake for dessert.
We'll
it
pop
was
it
an
in.
awesome Main Street Electrical Parade cake.
That was really good.
Yeah, it was kind of sweet. I like the bottom part, I think, the best because it was kind of like a blueberry-ish
Well, they
taste,
switched it. They gave it. It was kind of like patterned. So one of them was
I
on
liked the one at
top,
the bottom,
and then
though.
next to it, it would be like it.
It was red, yellow, and blue.
Yeah, and
for
they
the
kind
colors.
of did like a patchwork on it. So it was interesting the way that they had it. But I thought it would be dry, but it was very moist.
Oh my god! You just
The chicken
wanted to say that word.
The chicken was moist,
Oh yeah.
and the cake was moist.
Stop.
So we had a great conversation about the word moist.
Yes, that
and
I don't like that word. I can't stand the way it sounds.
That was.
I'm sure I'm not the only one in the world that thinks that word is just horrendous.
Doesn't sound good. But yeah, we had an awesome
So
time.
then I said our chicken was wet, and that didn't sound right either. So
Yes.
or the cake.
But we had an awesome time. It was a chance for us to meet both Bob and Ashley and Mathew and Lauren for the first time in person. And
First time ever.
they were
in
awesome.
person.
Yeah, so if you guys haven't seen
We
their
had an awesome
channels,
day. It was like a big family.
please check their channels out. Subscribe to them if you haven't already.
Yep.
Mathew and Lauren are Disneyland cast members. They were able to share a lot of insights and the stories because it's not tattooing, it's Batu.
Yep.
And they gave us the history of Batu and what it was. We didn't realize. We thought
I
it.
still thought they said Patu or something, I think, but then they said Batu. But we're a big YouTube family, and you know, nobody made fun of anybody in a bad way. We all joked around, had a good time, and we look forward to doing it more Thursday when we meet up with them again
So
for
this is
more
just-
fun-filled activities.
This is just a warm up for it. So we're gonna transition now. We're gonna go into our group cruise, which, as we wear our Mickey hats, so our group cruise is going to be when, Greg?
September
Stop yawning.
26th, 2020 to October 3rd, 2020. I wasn't even yawning with my mouth open.
Oh, I thought you were, because now you're gonna make me yawn by doing it.
I was yawning,
And
but
we're
my
probably
mouth
gonna
was
make
closed.
The people
So.
watching us, if they're still with us, are going to be.
Oh
yawning too.
wow.
So we are. I'm going to put it up on the screen. It is a D&G Explorers High Seas Adventure. We are going to be on a 7-night Eastern Caribbean cruise on the Symphony of the Seas, which is what, Greg?
The largest ship in the world.
So some of the exciting ports that we're going to is St. Martin,
And St. Thomas.
St. Thomas, and Coco Cay.
Yes.
A perfect
They're
day.
Private islands.
A perfect day at Coco Cay.
For a swashbuckling good time.
So St. Martin, you guys, that's the airport that is right next to the beach, where the planes come right over the beach and blow people into the ocean.
What? Duck and cover?
No, they don't.
They don't blow people in the ocean. I
So-
can just see everybody. Oh!
Yes, and then St. Thomas, we were able to visit St. Thomas on our NCL Bliss, so definitely if you haven't seen that vlog, check that vlog out. But we're going to be landing in a different port, the different dock. We won't be on that side because the Royal Caribbean Symphony of the Seas, when I was looking at it, it's going to be on, I think it's Crown Bay or Crown Point. It's on the other side of where we were, which is the Havensight Mall or Havensight Dock or something
I
like
think you're
that.
making up these words.
No, I should have probably looked at it, but I'm just going from memory. But the bummer is we're going to have to find some transportation if we want to do the get a dilly at the top of the gondolas and also see the Pirate Museum. It is going to take a little bit of an effort where it was
We've
walking
already
distance
done
from
that,
the other one.
so we can do something different too.
I would still want to have a bushwhacker. That would be very fun.
Don't they sell them anywhere?
They possibly do. And then we're looking at doing an ATV tour in St. Martin. And in Coco Cay, we've never been, but they have
Which
a
is four-wheeling,
huge-
basically.
Yeah, I think it's a four-wheelers. So we're going to have some fun. So if you guys are interested, please contact us through our email. We will give you the link of where you can, we are not, even though we're running it, we have 16 cabins set aside we are one of the cabins. So there's 15 that we're doing. It's going to be a smaller one. We want to keep it small, but we would really love for you guys to come and join us. The benefit of it is because it's a group cruise, we are able to get the cost cheaper, a lot less than if you were trying to book it through Royal Caribbean. And this is the first time that we've been on Royal Caribbean, so we're looking forward to going on a different cruise line on the largest ship of the world, and we're excited about it. So we hope you guys are interested in joining us. They have to be booked by May
Or they just
next
go
year,
back
or they go back
it to be bought out from someone else.
from to the Royal Caribbean ownership. But so we're hoping that you guys can join us on it. We're gonna have a lot of fun on that. Other than that, what we have in the pipeline, our next cruise.
Big cruise next month.
Yes, so on September 22nd.
I kind of forget about it sometimes. I don't know why. I've just been so busy.
We have
But
a lot.
how could you forget with this huge cork board?
Yeah, we have D23, so that's been really our focus right now. So we will definitely have some videos on that. But I think a lot of our live shows in September are going to really be based on the cruises. So we
Don't
have
hit your head.
our Norwegian Bliss. So we're going to go a little bit more into detail of this. Did I say Bliss? It's Escape.
Oh, wow.
So we're going with my mom, and we're going to Canada.
We might see the Bliss somewhere, but we won't be on it.
I doubt it. But we are excited to go on that. We do have some other cruise channels which are going to be joining us in
Oh,
September.
yeah, we won't see
so
the Bliss in a different area.
we're going to be kind of switching over. We've been doing a lot more Disney stuff. Even though our live shows, we try to rotate every week. We're going to be going more full throttle into the cruising, especially as we start releasing the Escape videos. A lot of fun things planned as we're both like yawning here.
My mouth isn't even
Your
open.
eyes are tearing. Yeah.
I'm just so happy we're going.
And so we have a lot of fun stuff. We still have a couple of the tags and videos that we wanted to do. Rachel Susak, I know that you've been asking us. There is a video that we're going to be doing for you. It's just a matter of making time for that. We have the La Lita Loca challenge of our top 5 drinks, but it'll be top 10 drinks of us that we like to have while we're on a cruise. So we still have that we need to plan.
Not that we drink that much on a
No,
cruise,
we
because
don't.
we really don't.
We drink tea,
It's just
we
what
drink
we drink on a cruise.
juices, we drink water.
Not all with alcohol either. I know what you're all thinking.
So we have some fun stuff in the pipeline, so please join us on our adventures by subscribing, hitting the bell so you get notices into it. And I think, Greg, that is really about everything that I can think of that we can have for this show. So you're like fighting all these yawns.
What?
You're going like, yeah, you're making me yawn in it too. So this,
But at least I'm doing it with debonair or something.
there is no debonair about that. So we will be doing one of these
With
again when we are on our cruise. We will be doing another one of these, and we're gonna explain to you without being on it where we currently are on the cruise. Exactly. So that's gonna be in September.
On that final thought, no.
Yes. But we will be back live next week on our normal time, and we'll have a lot of
And
news
it'll
to
really
share.
be us here this time. I mean, it's really us now, but we'll actually be live. Well, you
Yes.
know what I'm saying.
We'll be recapping the events with D23 and that, and then we're really going to start going on to that. So if you guys are really into the cruising side of it, hang tight. We'll be there. If those of you that love Disney, follow us, because we are going to have a lot of adventures and a lot of YouTubers that will be meeting and greeting, and so we're excited about that. So other than that, Greg, anything you want to share? One last chat check?
Chat check!
Brought to you by More Sunshine, Please. More sunshine, please. More sunshine, please.
Wow, that's all you can come up with? Jim, you need to get him some new content here. Get us some new content.
Join the Sunshine Nation.
Okay, that's better. More sunshine, please. Okay.
All right, you guys.
We'll have more sunshine when we're with Jim this Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yes, and my my eyes might have toothpicks to hold them open, but
You might poke your eyes out. I think coffee's the safer bet.
but thank you for watching, everyone. And
Everybody, thank you very much.
thank you. And as we like to close our shows, as Walt Disney once said,
We are just getting started.
Have a great
Jelly,
night,
everybody.
explorers.
Jelly, jelly.